Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the MLM Engineers podcast with your host Bernard C. right here. Ever wonder how actual MLMers grow their profitable home businesses without bugging your friends and family? How do they find the right people into their team to generate extra income, yet still have time to enjoy the rest of their lives? That's the mystery where all of us are wondering, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Bernard C. and welcome to the MLM Engineers.
Hello there everyone. Yesterday I shared my origin story on how I end up in MLM. Today I will go deeper into the part of my failures in MLM. So if it wasn't that one question my outline asked me, this podcast will not exist in the first place. So stay tuned until the end to find out what question was that, alright? So when I just signed up and get started on my MLM, my first few questions unfortunately weren't even about sales and marketing, which is weird, right? Yeah, that was supposed to be the main thing I should focus on, but well, since I'm being a tech guy, as I mentioned in my origin story, I tend to focus on the things that are way more technical, and it wasn't important for sales at all. Yeah, so I was asking my current upline a lot of questions about how the system works, how I get paid for my commission, how do I actually explain this system to my downlines, which in fact we aren't supposed to do that. But yeah, thankfully that time my upline was actually patient enough to explain to me the system, since she knows that with whoever I managed to recruit into my downline, I will still have to explain to them the system, so it's kind of part of a responsibility. So yeah, I was thankful that there's no actually me trying to be annoying, since I'm indirectly also making sense. Yeah, so after a few weeks of studying how the system works, I managed to get the gist of how it works, which is at least how the commission is calculated, and how the binary referral network actually work. That was the first time I actually heard about this term, so wasn't familiar at that time, but I was just do it regardless, since I know learning is a process anyways. So finally started and focused how to market without any experience. So the only things that I was taught was to actually find friends and family, which that doesn't really work for everyone, but unfortunately it wasn't really the best method either. So my first downline I managed to recruit was my university classmate at that time. He looks interested at first, but as time passed he realized that it's not as easy as he thinks, so he decided to quit, and I'm back to square one. Not trying to give up so soon, I decided to try again and again and again using the old method I was taught from my outlines. You know the old method I'm talking about. Create a list, write all the names of the people who needs the opportunity, and call them up, set up a three-way call, bam, that's it, the downline. That old method that I think all of us probably heard of, or maybe when you first join the MLM, definitely that's one of the first few methods they will actually teach you. So as time passed, I managed to recruit a few more of my friends who was somewhat interested in this opportunity. I was quite hopeful initially, but it wasn't that long, because due to their lack of confidence in actually inviting people out for a three-way call, they were quite the quiet type of people. More to being introverted. So when it comes to asking them to invite their own friends out, it will be very challenging for them, since they not even sure how to start a conversation. So in the end, I still failed to get more leads, because that's what I was taught. You will have to leverage your downline circles to get more leads. But the main problem comes in is that my current downlines does not have a huge circle of friends and family, the contact list. So with that, no matter how hard they do, they'll still get limited to that current list that they have. Which I feel pretty quite bad for them. I wanted to help them. Unfortunately, I can't, because I don't know how. I don't know how to. So just right before I wanted to quit, that upline asked me that one question. That's the question you've been waiting for. So she asked me this: have you actually tried everything you could? Then that time I just answered her, yes, I did, because I was on the verge of giving up, so I didn't really care about thinking too much. So she asked me back again, how sure are you? Just boom, that hit me really hard. Why? Because I was all the while I just used the same method again and again and again. I already know it's wrong, but I still use the same method because I was quite lazy to think of other ways to actually get it right. So that's why that question hit me hard. But it was because of this question it brought me to who I am today. Still working hard, trying to achieve success in my own MLM, trying new tactics, not giving up. Where if this doesn't work, go to the next, and go to the next. Yeah, so if you're currently struggling right now, just don't give up, okay? You're not alone here. Like, I've been through this stage over and over again, even now, right? Yeah, so this podcast will be a good fit for you to answer your questions in mind, because I'm also trying new methods. So if I know what doesn't work or what works for me, I'll definitely share in the podcast. So don't miss out on any episodes, alright? Yeah, so that's all for today's episode. I know this episode is short. Just that I don't want to go too long about explaining all my failures, because this is not really the main content that most of you want to hear. I know that very well, alright? Yeah. So as I would like to improve myself, I would greatly appreciate if you can provide me feedback on my content. And if you have any questions in mind, please do send me an email written somewhere in my podcast description, well, at the top or the bottom, depends on which platform I've distributed. So yeah, have a good day and see you in the next episode.